Clean out your desk by close of business today. That was the first thing I read after 3 days off to bury my mom. 5 years at Peak Valley Shipping, and they couldn't even fire me to my face. A week later, the team they called irreplaceable walked out behind me. I was Morgan, 34, district team lead for their top division. We hit numbers, fixed messes, and kept clients loyal when other teams flamed out. Greg Turner, my supervisor, approved my bereavement leave without blinking. Then he signed my termination because I failed to maintain adequate presence. I showed up early to make up the work. The Seattle office was still dim, and my inbox was already weaponized. I reread Greg's email until the words blurred. Then I photographed it, forwarded it to my personal account, shut my laptop, and started packing. Samantha from accounting spotted the box. Morgan, what's going on? I'm terminated. She blinked hard. For what? I held up my phone. My mom's funeral wasn't work priority. My team came in one by one and froze. Rebecca's hands started shaking. Nathan's jaw locked so tight I heard his teeth click. Eric took one look at the email and muttered, "This is insane," like he was trying not to explode. 7 people circled my desk in silent support. Greg finally strode over, arms crossed like a disappointed dad. "Back to work," he snapped. "Deadlines don't care about feelings." Nobody moved. He leaned in, voice low. "You could have packed discreetly." "Like you fired me discreetly?" I said, his face pinched. "Business requirements change. Your mother's passing was unfortunate, but don't," I cut in, dead calm. "Don't finish that sentence." For a second, he actually looked unsure. Then he straightened his tie and pointed me toward HR like I was a spilled drink. HR was a white room with a sympathy script, 2 weeks severance, a non-disparagement clause, and a 6-month non-compete that basically said, disappear. Natalie and HR flinched when I showed her the email. "No warnings, no pip, just this," I said, and signed anyway. In the parking lot, my phone blew up with texts from my team and half the office. Greg had no idea where my files lived. Clients were already asking why I wasn't on their calls. And then I got a call from Julia Blackwell, CEO of Summit Global Logistics, Peak Valley's biggest competitor. "I heard they fired you after bereavement leave," she said. "That's not management, that's cruelty." She offered me division director, a real promotion, and a pay bump I couldn't ignore. When I mentioned the non-compete, she laughed. "Our lawyers already read it. We'll handle it." Peak Valley held an emergency Saturday meeting, apparently screaming about coverage and loyalty. By Sunday night, I called Julia back. "I'm in," I told her. "One condition, if my old team applies, you consider them fairly." "Done," she said. "Bring me the people who actually work." Tuesday morning, we met for coffee. Before I could even ask, Sophia slid printed confirmations across the table. "We already applied," she said. "All 7 of them." Jack shrugged. "Where you go, we go." A week later, Peak Valley's district manager, Richard Bennett, called me. "Morgan," he started. "Too smooth. I just got 7 resignations." First, he acted like it was random bad luck. Then he asked if I encouraged it. Next, he offered my job back with a raise. After that, he kept raising the number like an auction. Again, he said, "Name your price, Morgan." So I said, "Try time travel. Back to my mom's funeral," I added. "When you had decency." Silence. Then he tried the non-compete threat. "Have your legal team call mine," I said. "They should read Greg's email first." Click. Summit hired every one of my 7 people. Peak Valley started bleeding clients, and the board shoved Greg onto administrative leave. HR mailed me a settlement offer to avoid court. I took it for the written admission, not the cash. 3 months later, my new team surprised me with a cake that said I Independence Day. A year later, I was EVP of operations for the Northwest, and every one of those 7 had been promoted. On the anniversary of my firing, a small package arrived. My old desk succulent, rescued and thriving, with a note that Peak Valley was closing for good. I put the plant in my window and watched it soak up better light. If your job punished you for grieving, would you sue or let them collapse without you? Drop your answer in the comments.